and this is about confidence. I do want to apologize for taking down the last video so spontaneously and being late technically on my third video because I was not pleased with the results of the last video. Well, we're just going to go on into what we're going to talk about, which is confidence. So I have a string of things of why I used to not be as confident in myself. I feel like I wasn't really confident in traits such as my hair and my size. At a point in time, I wasn't confident in my skin tone. It was so much going on within my own self, just starting, from school, being like very few black people in the school, and then talking about slavery and just feeling demeaned and then feeling like I wasn't really worthy gave me very small confidence as a child. And then moving on, looking into like my hair, it made me think my hair was different. And then like I can remember getting a perms, and like it was just like, it felt like I used to feel like it stuck to my face and my hair didn't move like I wanted it to move, and it was so short compared to everyone else that I was friends with or in school with and things like that. So I didn't have very much confidence in myself regarding that. And then on top of that, I'm so tiny. I have always been so small my whole life. My whole life, I've just been this really tiny, petite little girl. I prayed about it so much when I was a child. I just want to stay a kid forever. Just want to stay a kid forever. I know you guys can remember that from the first video. And it was kind of weird that I am still so small, and I feel like I didn't really grow much, and I feel like I'm still pretty small. The biggest I've ever been is when I was pregnant. When it comes to my hair, I was always I thought that it was just way too curly, too nappy and everything. When I got out of high school, I literally cut off every last bit of permed hair that I had left. My hair was like this long. I feel like I had a lot of confidence though, because I was like in a relationship, and it's not like I was looking for anyone come at me and try and be like, oh, I want you to be my girlfriend or anything, or I was trying to impress anyone. I feel like I did have a lot of style back then, and I was just really different. I would pick out the most different shoes that you can think of, different things that's in now, like cheetah prints and just very colorful things. I feel like I'm really more of a black person now. I really like the color black on my skin. I'm in love with purple. Purple is my favorite color. I hardly even own any purple though. I mean, if you really pay attention to anything that I wear, it's pastel colors, white, black, cheetah flowers, things of that nature. I do like tie-dye, rainbow colors, things like that. I do have a lot of different colors, but for so long, I was so confident in those colors. And it seemed like I started from when I was younger. I didn't have much confidence at all. And then it went into middle school, and I feel like I had all the confidence in the world. I feel like I got the best friends, and my friends was we were all we felt like we were top dog. We were so popular and things like that. And going into high school, I feel like when I was in high school, I had a lot of different styles and a lot of different ways that I dressed and things. And I feel like I had really close friends and stuff like that. So there was nothing that was really deteriorating myself that made me felt like I wasn't confident. And in so many ways, I was confident in my appearance in a way. I always did not like my size though. My size was always so small, and I felt like, oh, all the boys, all the girls with all the hips and boobs, and it was so small, no boobs, minimum butt, no hips, So I felt like I was I didn't have any confidence regarding my body type. Yeah, I feel like I was so comfortable with my skin still in some way. And by that time, when I graduated, I was in a relationship, and I had been in a relationship for a year or so already. And like, we moved in together and we were like around each other a lot, so it wasn't like I really needed to dress up very much. I dressed up very minimum. I feel like I didn't really go out much. I worked so much. I had school at that time, but I was in modeling classes, and it was so, like, when I first got in modeling classes, I felt like my pictures were horrible. Like, I was just so stiff, and like I didn't know what I was doing, and like the confidence just was not there. And I really thought that I had so much confidence at that time. Like, I really thought I was gonna go there and I was gonna kick butt. I was gonna be just the best girl up in there, because I know that I could rock this. Because it was like, everyone looked at me and it was like, yeah, you could totally be a model. Look at your size. So that confidence was such a lack for me for so long. And I feel like I'm really just getting the hang of that confidence. I can remember not wearing leggings unless I had a sweater literally almost down to my knees, or like a long t-shirt or something like that. Like, come on now, Cassie, you're so tiny. Why are you wearing like huge clothes? People would always say that to me, like, girl, like, I could see my friends walking around with leggings on and like a t-shirt, and I felt so uncomfortable in that. From a kid, a really tiny child, anytime I wore a dress, a skirt, or anything like that, I had some spandex shorts on, just normal shorts, anything like that, because I felt so uncomfortable. I'm not even gonna lie. You can possibly very much well see me with shorts on nowadays too. And I just feel like, because I don't always sit so ladylike, and I just don't want my stuff hanging out, you know. I guess that was TMI, but this is Transparent Thoughts. Everything, we're going to be transparent. Yet, moving on, I just think a lot of my confidence came from my appearance and what I saw. And what I saw around me was full-figure women all the time. People that had so much confidence in their bodies from what I saw, because they had curves or, you know, breast or anything in that nature. And like, I just felt like I was so small and out of place. Like, I felt like I was never gonna grow, and I kind of guess I was regretting that prayer. So be careful what you ask for. And after a while, it just seemed like, you know, I felt like I was never going to grow, and I kind of like gave up on it. I was even so insecure about my arms. I thought they always looked so muscular, and I think I just was like, you have to deal with it at this point. And like, at points of times, I can remember like stuff in my face 24/7. Still wouldn't gain any weight at all. I would get so frustrated when people would be like, you want me to get you a cheeseburger? Or, do you eat, girl? Dang, you so skinny. Like, you guys don't understand how frustrating and annoying that can be. That is just as bad as calling someone that is bigger fat. Like, don't do it. You have no idea if that tiny person has insecurities about it, because you have no clue on how comfortable that person is in their own skin, being so tiny. Like, I know that's something that I disliked as a person, being so small. Like, you know, people that I loved would say it a lot, and you give them a pass or whatever, but it can be very frustrating being as tiny as you are, and like thinking of the stigma of like what everybody see on TV, and people are comparing you to that at all times, because that is the ideal look. That is the ideal styles, because that is what the famous people wear, or that is what the famous people have on, and that's what they're promoting, and that's what they're putting out there for us to think that that's what's right, when there is no right or wrong. It's what makes you comfortable. We have to be comfortable within our own skin. Like, we have to be comfortable with what size we are. We have to be comfortable with what color we are. We have to be comfortable in what we put on our bodies. We have to be comfortable with everything that we surround ourselves with, because all of that has something to do with our confidence. If you don't notice, like, the media shows us all the time, like, now we see so much more like full figure women and things like that, of people of all different sizes and such. Back in the day, everyone was a stick, so small. always tiny. And like everyone would always tell me like, oh girl, I wish I had your figure. I wish I had yours, is what I would always reply, because I really would prefer to have a fuller figure as a person. That's how I felt at that time. I am so happy in my body now. Like my body is growing and I feel like I'm coming more into my grown woman stages, and I feel like I'm getting more hips and things like that, and that's making me happy. And that's because that's what I want. That's what I'm working towards, that confidence built within yourself. Like when you see yourself, you can see exactly how you want yourself to look, but you do have to work towards it, because working towards it is putting out into the world, into the universes, into the universe, not universes, into your subconscious mind, what you want for yourself. And as long as you're putting that energy out there, that energy is going to come back to your body. You can't have that doubt within yourself, because having that doubt is going to stop you in some way, shape, or form. There's so many people that gets in the gym and things like that and then think like, okay, this isn't working, and completely stop. But that's something that you have to battle within yourself. When you really want to do it, you can do it. You just have to have faith in whatever you have pictured in your mind is going to come to it, and lock it in. We're going to move on from appearance though, because appearance is like the number one thing that you see on media that everyone is always so brainwashed to. Social media, the media, on TV and things like that, we all look at that for advice on what we should do to move forward. We look at that to see what's going on in the world, to persuade us on how we feel about ourselves, as in, like, for example, all the destruction that we have going on, children are being snatched left and right. There are people being killed by the police on a day-to-day basis. Like, those things are being put out there, and we continue to see those things. That's giving us a bad vibration within ourselves. That's putting that out into the world to continue to have that cycle going. And that lowers our confidence as well, because people that those things are happening to, like, anyone's child can be taken. We feel like, oh my gosh, now I have to be so alert. I have to, like, kids can't even play outside the way that they used to play outside, because we don't have the confidence that our child is not going to be that next victim. And that's because that's what they continue to show us. They are putting that fear into us to continue to get that cycle going. And that is so bad for us to continue to have that within our mindset and within our vibration, because that is throwing us off on a day-to-day basis, taking our confidence from the world. We have so little confidence within the world that's around us on a day-to-day basis, because of what we're seeing on the media every single day, what we're seeing on social media every single day is just coming within us, and our confidence is getting lower and lower about humanity as a whole. We don't think about humanity as in we're all loving creatures that just want to survive and do what's best for our family and get to the next step. We don't think of it in that way. We think of it when I'm walking out this door, if I get pulled over, something can happen to me and my child. If my child goes outside without me and I'm not watching them on a day-to-day, on a second-to-second basis, something can happen to my child. I want to take my kid to school and he can't even walk, even if it's around the corner, because I am not safe, thinking that you always have that anxiety in the back of your mind, because that confidence is always being blurred because of what we're seeing on a day-to-day basis. We have to stop it. We have to stop allowing the media to brainwash us into thinking how they want us to think, to drain our confidence, to drain who we know that we are in ourselves. We know that we have the confidence to continue to push on and push forward, and we have to really believe in it ourselves to know that we're not going to put ourselves in that predicament to continue to be in that same structure as the world is continuing to show us on a day-to-day basis. And I keep saying day-to-day basis because it is on every hour, on the hour, we see destruction. And that destruction is going towards our vibrations. And that vibrations is throwing off our world's circulation, our world's peace, our world's love. We think so much wrongdoing regarding our soils, Our soils have so much going on at this time and age that we can't trust anything. And many times you have to think about it, we're not even trusting ourselves. We don't have the confidence to even trust in ourselves at times. Because I know every single one of us has been behind the wheel driving a car, then all of a sudden you see a car coming, and all of a sudden for some reason you had this weird vision that this car is going to smack your car. Now you're all nervous and grabbing the steering wheel a little tighter. I know I've done it before. I know so many other people have thought random crazy thoughts very similar to that with our own crazy mental trauma. We see it all the time, all day long. Of course it's going to come back to us because that is what we're seeing. That's what we're intaking into our vibrations. That's what's in our homes, on our TV, on our phones. We have to think about those things. We have to put ourselves in a better light. We have to put ourselves around love. And we have to think about how much that can take that confidence within us and instill fear. We have so much fear instilled in us, and we need that confidence back. We need that confidence back within humanity. We need that confidence back within ourselves. We need that confidence back for our future, the children that's walking around this world. We need it. That was me pretty much moving into the mindset, because our mindset is so valuable. We have to understand our mindset controls everything going on within us. Within us, we have so much that we can move forward to, and we can really strive to do the best that we can, and we can really kick ass at it. But we have to know that we can, and we have to have certainty. We have to reprogram ourselves to know that confidence that we have within ourselves and our humanity, because our humanity is what surrounds us. And if that's what surrounds us, it's going to also affect what's going on within you. You may think that it's not, but it is. It's instilling fear in us, it's instilling anger in us, it's instilling hate within us. We are also divided. We need to really come together as one, with our own confidence, with our own uniqueness, with our own love, with our own peace, with our own passion. We need all this to be instilled in us for us to continue to push forward. I know that it's not the easiest thing in the world. I battled depression. I battled anxiety. I battled PTSD. I completely understand how difficult all of these tasks can be. But I got through it, and I'm going through it. I'm not going to completely say got through it. I'm going through it, and I'm showing you guys how uplifting I can be now. Like, I feel like I've always been pretty uplifting, and I'm not going to say that I've always really been a negative person in any type of way, but towards myself, I was so negative towards myself. I can remember one of my friends telling me that I need to rip the Band-Aid off for myself. I need to start going out there and actually trying to look cute at times. I used to walk around in my robe all day long in depression mode. What was that going to do to make me better? It wasn't going to push me forward in any type of way. I was the one that got me to where I am. I removed myself from everyone surrounding me, my loved ones, my family, my friends, at a time my spouse. I pushed everyone away from me to get to where I am today. And I'm so grateful for that, because it built my confidence. It restored my confidence to take myself off social media. I was off social media for I think it was a month. And then I made my new page that I have now. I am so mad that I deleted the other one because I really want the pictures back. Okay, that was a tangent, and I do apologize. Yet, it helped so much. I don't watch TV very often, and if I do, it's SVU. Yes, I know a lot of different destruction is going on in that show, but it's so entertaining. Okay, another tangent. Yeah, I can't help myself but stressing enough that our mind is so valuable, you guys. We really need to think about building our mind, our mental. Work on your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is what makes things work and revolve in your life. That is what pushes everything forward and has things moving, and that's what comes towards you. Your subconscious mind is what is trained to be the way it is. Things that happen in your life, your subconscious mind bring to life. That is what brings things to life. Things can happen really negatively in your life. And you have to think about, how have you been thinking? What have you been going through to put your mind through what you're going through at that moment? You have to change that thought process to bring the light to yourself, that positivity, that love, that the abundance, all that. You have to change your mind. You have to persuade yourself to get there. I started with positive affirmations. It wasn't consistent, but that's how I started. Then it moved on to yoga. I did yoga on a day-to-day basis. I felt like I got more flexible and I felt better. My arms, my leg, my back, everything was feeling so much more free. It's a form of meditation. Those are just a couple of things that you guys can look into. Always think positive. Always stay above the negative vibrations that's always trying to be thrown out to us. We deserve better. Humanity has a good, positive future ahead of ourselves as long as we allow it to. We got to stop this negativity, and we need to push forward with that confidence and love, uniqueness, and being transparent. Call yourself out on it. All right, you guys, let's move on to the die. Have faith. Have faith. We got to have faith. How awesome is that? We really do have to have faith. Have faith within ourselves. Have faith within humanity. Have faith within the world. We can do it. We can strive towards our positivity. We can strive to be unique. We can strive to continue to be who we are. We can strive to be our original, unique selves. Call out your passion. Figure out your passion. Have faith in your passion. Your passion is what's going to get us ahead, because that is what the world needs. Little do you know. All right, you guys. Thank you for coming back for Transparent Thoughts. I am always happy to have you guys and see you. Be sure to follow Transparent Thoughts on Facebook and Instagram. And I love you all. Thank you.